Simplifying algebraic fractions. Your learning objective today is you're going to deal with algebraic fractions and how to simplify them. So your success criteria is I can simplify algebraic fractions by finding a common factor. So remember, if I have 10 plus 2 on the numerator divided by 2, I can simplify it by going 10 plus 2 gives me 12, 12 divided by 2, and that's just going to give me 6. What you cannot do is you cannot start off with 10 plus 2 divided by 2. You can't cancel down, so the 2 doesn't cancel. Okay, they don't cancel. You cannot go 10 plus the 2 being cancelled by the denominator, and it doesn't equal to 5. However, with 10 plus 2 divided by 2, you can take out a common factor of 2 from the numerator. If I take out the common factor of 10 and 2, the common factor is 2, and inside a bracket is 5 plus 1, because 2 times the 5 gives me my 10, and 2 times 1 will give me the 2. Now you can start to cancel down. 2 will cancel with this 2, which results still in 5 plus 1, and 5 plus 1 is just your 6. Now, here are some steps that will help you with this exercise. Your first step is you need to factorize where possible. And once you have factorized using all the skills you have learned in the previous exercises, you need to then cancel if possible. Lastly, the third step is you need to multiply the remaining denominators and numerators if possible, because remember, when multiplying by fractions, it's just top times the top and bottom times the bottom. And I'll go through that next. Example 1, simplify. Let's try to simplify 10 take away 5x over 5. And remember what step 1 is you need to factorize where possible. Pause the video and see if you can figure out where I can factorize. Welcome back. Hopefully you have figured out where I could factorize, and in this example you can factorize the numerator as you can take out a common factor of 5 from the numerator. If I take out a common factor of 5 from 10 minus 5x, it's going to give me 5, and in the brackets 2 take away x, as 5 times 2 gives me 10, and 5 times negative x will give me my minus 5x. Once you have factorized, you can then cancel where possible, and you can see that I can cancel the 5 from the numerator and both the denominator as well, which will just, once you've cancelled that down, you're left with just the 2 take away x, and I have successfully simplified 10 minus 5x over 5, and that just becomes 2 take away the x, and I'm done. Example 2, let's give this one a go. I have x take away 2 over x squared plus x take away 6. Remember, step 1 is factorize where possible, so pause the video and see if you could figure out where I can factorize. Welcome back, and as you have noticed, you can factorize the denominator. You can only factorize x squared plus x take away 6. And remember from the previous exercise, how do you factorize these types of equations? X squared plus x take away 6. You've learned it in the previous exercise. So think back to 8f. How do you factorize this? You need to find your two numbers that multiply and equals your negative 6, and those two numbers must add. That gives you to positive 1, as the coefficient of x is 1. What are those two numbers? Those two numbers are 3 and negative 2. as 3. Adding 3 and negative 2 will give you 1, as 3 minus 2 equals to 1, and 3 times the negative 2 equals negative 6. Factorizing the denominator, you're going to end up with, in the first bracket, x plus 3, and in a second bracket over here is x take away 2. And your next step is step 2, is cancel where possible. So pause the video and see if you can cancel down any of x take away 2 over x plus 3 and x minus 2. Welcome back. Hopefully you have noticed that x take away 2 on the top can cancel with x minus 2 on the bottom. If that is cancelled, we're just going to be remained with a 1 on the numerator, just 1, as x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 will give you just the 1, and that just cancels down to 1 over the x plus 3, and I have successfully simplified this equation. Give example 3 a go. Let's do this together. Simplify x squared plus 6x plus the 8 over x squared minus 9 divided by x plus 4 over x minus 3. The first thing to notice is that we have a division symbol here, and we're dividing with fractions. Remember that we need to change the division symbol into a multiplication sign, and then we're going to have to flip the fraction on the right upside down. And if I do that, I'm going to end up with x squared plus 6x plus the 8 over the x squared minus 9 times the x take away 3 is now on the top as the numerator over x plus 4, the new denominator. Now we can reach step 1, factorize where possible, and have a look at our equation here. We can only factorize the numerator here on the top left, and we can factorize your denominator here. So let's just try factorizing these. X squared plus 6x plus the 8, which is a quadratic trinomial. Think back to our previous exercises where we had to factorize equations like this. We needed to find two numbers that multiply and give us the term on the right, the 8, and these two numbers must add together and give us the 6, which is the coefficient of the middle term. For this example, our two numbers are 4 and 2, as if you add them together we get the 6, and if you multiply them will give us the 8. Therefore, factorizing x squared plus 6s plus 8 is x plus 4 in one bracket and x plus 2 in the other bracket, and this is going to be our new numerator. So it's going to be our new numerator over here instead of writing x squared plus 6x plus 8. Now let's try to factorize x squared take away 9, our denominator, and this can be written as x squared take away 3 squared, as 3 squared equals our 9, and this is our difference of perfect squares because we have one square number subtract another square number. And we have done this in a previous exercise, and if we factorize difference of perfect squares, we're going to end up with x plus 3 in one bracket and x take away 3 in the other bracket. And this will now be our new denominator, replacing our x squared minus the 9. As I have factorized it, it's now going to become x plus 4 plus x plus 2 over x plus 3 over times x take away 3 timesing the x take away the 3 over x plus 4, and now we can cancel where possible. We can cancel the x plus 4 from here and here, apologies as the red has got overlapped, and we can also cancel the x take away 3 from here and here. And with that said, I now have just x plus 2 as my numerator and x plus 3 as my denominator. So this is 8H to do. Let me know if you have any problems. Thank you.